sound can. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Insomniac Hour. I am Tumultuous, aka Dimitri, and I am viewing remotely some people next to me.
I like that. I like that.
Today's remote viewing day. What is remote viewing, guys? Anyone?
It's a non-local phenomena of utilizing consciousness to interpret or understand various objects, events, or situations, or even thought structures that occur within the construct of reality.
Wow.
That's how I
From
would
what I,
kind of define it.
no, that's pretty on point. From the way know it is it started with the Cold War and the Russian psychic spies. So Russians were using psychic spies to spy on the Americans, and our actual spies caught wind of this and told us. So us being the U.S. and we started formulating our own, I don't know, I guess Bureau of Psychic Spies, and they had Russell Targ, um, Monroe, Robert Monroe, and the third guy that was like the really good
Hal
psychic, the one
put
that.
well, no. So yeah, we got to go back a little bit, right?
Okay,
So basically, what we have is we have the rumor that the Soviets are going out there and working with certain psi phenomena, which at this time was kind of rumored because this kind of fits nicely with last night's conversation in Nazi Germany because the place that we really left off was Project Paperclip. This is what happened
right.
after the war. And so, while the United States got a lot of the Nazi German scientists who were working on physical scientific physics projects, the
Hmm.
Russians got a lot of their own Project Paperclip, and their scientists were more within the mental sciences.
Right.
This was the MK Ultra type of stuff. This was in psychokinesis, telepathy, mind phenomena, as well as harmonic and vibrational types of physics. And so this is why we said that the Soviets were basically developing what we would call scalar type weapons during these times. And scalar type weapons actually fit directly in, according to a guy by the name of Colonel Bearden, Tom Bearden,
Okay.
What kind of
with
weapons?
scalar, SCALAR. So in physics, there are two types of vector points. One is called a there. So basically, there's two types of vectors, right? There's a vector, so basically magnitude and direction, and then one which is known as a scalar quantity, right? That only has magnitude or direction, where they both occupy the same vector in the sense of propagation. So a scalar type weapon would be one that it's like an electromagnetic wave that doesn't traverse like this, but instead is just flowing through.
Gotcha. So
And
like right.
yeah, so it utilizes like a longitudinal wave of propagation. So scalar waves and longitudinal waves are directly related in correlation because they lack the byproduct of what a vector should actually have. So Tom Bearden kind of did the whole physics on this, but he was one of the foremost army experts on Nazi scalar weapons. And so in the late 60s and early 1970s, there was a lot of research in the United States about what the Soviets could be developing in this type of technology. And the interest came about in the sense of psychic technologies, of how do we utilize the mind, because they were doing heavy research at this point in time in MK Ultra and
Yeah,
altered states of consciousness,
Project Bluebird,
right?
uh,
Project Bluebird.
trying to control people's minds and get them to do
Project,
things.
yeah, Project Artichoke, I think, was the precursor to
Yeah,
MK Ultra. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I was like, it was brutal. Yeah,
And
that's
then,
50s.
so then what you get is out of this, they reach out to a guy by the name of Robert Monroe, who was a like a media mogul. He owned radio stations, I believe, and printing stations or printing presses. And in the 1950s, Robert Monroe had a series of out of body experiences that just
that he
kind of
couldn't control.
that he
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah, yeah.
control, just kind of happened. He kind of developed it into a process, wrote a book about it, one of the first books on remote viewing, which I got right over there. Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe. This got the interest of a lot of people in the paranormal, the psychic, and the alternative physics community. Most notably, a guy by the name of
Russell Targ.
no, this is the one of the ones who's mentioned in the Gateway Experiment. Um, but he's a fringe Russian scientist and brought a lot of these theories along with him. I want to say Mendeleev, but it wasn't Mendeleev. But anyways, this kind of opened the eyes up the Monroe Institute to the CIA started researching this, and they came across the Monroe Institute, which was in Maryland. They sent some of their agents out there, not knowing that they were CIA agents, and they started learning the process of out-of-body experiences and what the Monroe Institute basically was doing. Well, that prompted them to investigate how is this even possible.
Right.
And so that's when this one colonel in the Army came up and did what we know of as the Gateway Experiment or the Gateway Project. And he wrote this whole report on physics pertaining to how this is all possible. And this delved into the creation, branching off from the Army, the U.S. Army and U.S. Navy Office of Naval Intelligence, as well as the Central Intelligence Agency and the National Security Agency, developing their own programs of psychic spies. Now, this became a scientific process that they believed could actually happen. And a guy by the name of Ingo Swann, who's a world-renowned mentalist and magician, developed a process that he said was scientifically sound. So he was able to remote view naturally. And so what they did is
he was really good too. Yeah.
Amazingly good. So they studied Ingo Swann, and they brought in these two guys, Russell Targ, who was a physicist,
ESP,
worked on propulsion and energy systems, and another guy by the name of Hal Puthoff.
That's the guy I was talking about. He helped find missing children, and he was like a psychic.
No, you're thinking of
who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of the former LAPD detective.
The three of them are sitting there. Monroe, him, and Tark.
His last name was.
I'm so bad with names.
I want to say Perry, but it's not Perry. I'll think of it here in a minute. Anyways, he was recognized as one of the best remote viewers in the world because of his natural innate ability. Now, Ingo Swann, so Russell Targ and Hal Puthoff basically get funding through SRI, Stanford Research Initiative. This is Dean Radin will be able to talk about this when we have him on the show. But they get funding, and they're already studying psychic phenomena. It's just kind of a hobby for them. The CIA comes in, gives them massive amounts of money, and says, hey, look at this phenomenon and see if there's anything really here. They start looking at Ingo Swann, and they develop a scientific process to actually doing what Ingo Swann does, and Ingo Swann teaches them how to become psychic spies. Now, this kicks off the U.S. Army's remote viewing project, which was known, I believe, as Project Stargate.
Stargate. Yep, Stargate.
Project Stargate.
This caught a lot of wind in social media when it was released. When someone leaked the release of the files, the CIA, and then everybody, like all the TikTokers, YouTubers, read the document. They said half of them said that it was BS, bullshit. Half of them said it wasn't true because somewhere in the document itself, it says like this is not all speculatory, but this says kind of like it doesn't give it like a concrete definition. And there was a page missing for the longest time, page 25, which they had since found. And basically that page entailed that a lot of these methods are derived from ancient religions like Hinduism, Buddhism, the chakras. Like they associate colors to parts of the body, like the skeleton, the nervous, and the muscle system. When you're meditating, you see the colors, a lot of visualization is done. And I was just listening to Holographic Universe today because I've been listening to that book ever since. And they were talking a lot about the placebo effect, the visualization, how not Joe Dispenza, but somebody else was doing battling cancer.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. Yeah, they were talking about a cancer patient that he was told by a doctor to sit there and visualize like the little molecules, destroying the cancer cells. Sure enough, it was gone. And then when they told him that like that was a placebo, he like panicked and he died 2 days later. Like it was crazy. So there's real stuff behind this, but I think they just had a big percentage of error, which is why they scrapped it.
Right. And now going into the history, the guy by the name of Hal Puthoff that we just talked about. Now, does anybody recognize that name or know where that name is actually in reference today?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds familiar, but no.
So Dr. Allen is the guy 2 years ago in 2019 who stood in front of the Senate Intelligence Committee and gave the declassified report on how the United States government was working with special access programs to reverse engineer alien craft that were from outer space. This is what kicked off the whole UAP information and how Trump basically put it into the bill by direction of
Right.
Ted Cruz to basically say that Congress needs to know everything the DOD knows. And this came
Paul
from-
Hellyer said that too, didn't he?
Paul Hellyer did, but that was a long time ago. But this Dr. Allen, okay, worked for a aerospace company in Nevada known as Bigelow Aerospace.
Yeah, I know that. Hangar 15. Yeah.
Now, Bigelow Aerospace, that was formulated in the 1990s by a billionaire, I forgot his first name, Mr. Bigelow. But anyways, he was fascinated with UFOs. He always wanted to integrate, so he actually went out there and created an aerospace department and started basically bargaining for government contracts, started getting NASA contracts, but it turned out that Luis Elizondo, the UAP program that he worked for at the Pentagon, was actually funded and ran by Bigelow Aerospace, and they were doing a lot of the reverse engineering, where this Dr. Allen actually worked at Bigelow Aerospace, who worked on a lot of the reverse engineering of this alien technology, and he's the one that gave the Senate Intelligence Committee this overview. Now, what's interesting about that is Dr. Allen works with a non-profit organization known as the To the Stars Academy, which is formulated by a guy by the name of Tom DeLonge from Blink-182, the former guitarist. Now, one of the chairmen of the To the Stars Academy is a guy by the name of Hal Puthoff.
Tom DeLonge's dad was like a general, right?
No.
In the army or something like that?
Nothing. I don't think he was even nothing. But Hal Puthoff is a member of the To the Stars Academy, and kind of give everybody the sick version of it. He's the one who introduced everybody to John Podesta.
There's a connection between Tom and the aero. He's either a fort or an aerospace. Like he owns the fort that they see a lot of these UAPs on. I don't remember. I have to look it up in a minute.
Tom
but
DeLonge?
I know that. Yeah.
Well, he owns To the Stars Academy, which basically all the classified material that's been coming out, the TikTok videos, all these things are coming through him. They're also Hal Puthoff, who basically with his company, Mr. Allen, and all these people are working on an electrogravitics spacecraft, which supposedly Robert Bigelow, thank you. Supposedly they're really close on developing. So Hal Puthoff has been in this community for a very long time, and please know this guy is no fucking joke. And
no, he's not.
I'd love to get him on the show. So Insomniac, if you're listening, Hal Puthoff, let's get him on the show. I would love to just pick that guy's brain, because I guarantee you I can talk some physics with him.
His first remote viewing like exercise was there was a picture of there was like a cart on wheels, like on a railroad station, like like a mining cart sort of, and he drew it like to the T. Like he drew the wheels, the rail. And there was no way, obviously didn't see the picture. And the way they tested him was like they were like in a cement like room with all these giant walls where you couldn't like send frequencies, or because they didn't know what to expect. They didn't know like how possible or how good this guy was. So they just gave him a test, and he nailed it. Like to the point where they were like, "How did you do this? There's no way you could have like seen this without seeing it." And like to anyone that doesn't know, remote viewing is it's very tricky because a lot of it is your imagination. Mm-hmm. After the first couple of seconds or the first couple of visions, I guess, that you see, and it's not guessing, it's just keeping your imagination at bay. So when they actually do it, there's a monitor, a person under, which is the actual viewer, and then a person that's outside of them just kind of taking notes.
Right.
And the monitor's job is to keep the viewer from over imagining what they're seeing. And they found like a missing general, like a POW general in Italy. They found a Czechoslovakian forest with a nuclear like silo in it from Russia. Like there's no way these guys would have known that.
From
and here they are. Right. Seriously. No, like it's crazy. So the percentage of error was higher than the CIA would like, which is probably like 1%, so they scrapped the project, but it's definitely not because it wasn't like working at all. Like especially with people that were talented.
I would imagine they're still utilizing it.
Of course they are. I have no idea. I have no doubt that they are. Because there's schools you can go to in Germany and in Europe. I know what other countries you could actually take classes, pay for them, and upon graduation they'll set you up with a job with law enforcement so you could help them find missing people, whatever. Like it says it on the school. Like it's like a couple $1,000s for the classes. You go there, they teach you remote viewing. Monroe Institute has the same thing in the States. Mm-hmm. You can go like a retreat for 6 days and learn how to move stuff with your mind.
There we go. Sorry, guys, I'm pilled.
Cool.
Pilled was going all over. Was Pilled okay? Hold on.
Yeah.
I got to check.
Anyway, I'm just going to keep talking.
Yeah, sorry. I had
no, it's
one
fine.
of my streams went out, so I was just trying to get it on.
That's cool.
But now we should be good.
there's an app called Remote Viewing Tournament. It's free on Android and iPhone. And basically, what it is they give you a coordinate, which is 4 numbers, a hyphen, so 8 numbers, and the notes. So basically, you focus on the numbers, which is what the intention or the image is put into, and whatever you see, you start to draw or write. Not only what you see, but what you feel about it. Like the scenario: is it a picture? Is it sharp, hot, cold? And then they show you 2 pictures, and they ask you to, how confident you are, which picture it is, and you can go from 1 to 5 in confidence. Now, I've personally done this, and I've personally, I've gotten it right and I've gotten it wrong, but I know why. So, for instance, one of them was a Statue of Liberty, the face of the Statue of Liberty, and I wrote white, dry, sharp, and the whole time I was seeing the Pantheon, like the Greek Pantheon,
right,
and like a Greek face, like just a face of like Plato or Socrates, like those statue faces, and that's what it was. It was the face of the Statue of Liberty, but I was thinking like face of the Greek. I was so close, but I know why I was off.
Well, we know where we're off is basically because it's whoever creates a target, even if it's a piece of machinery, is what we're dealing with here. Is we're dealing with some type of electromagnetic or neurological imprint. This is a sequence of firings of neurons which represent some type of image event or some type of thing in reality or construct of reality. And so even if we're trying to extrapolate from the vibrating atoms, right, particles of reality, what's happening there, that is some type of electromagnetic neurological quantum imprint. Now that has to match the wavelength of which we're trying to perceive it at. And so those things typically are out of line, which means that we're only going to pick up variations that vibe with us. So like color, like texture, like feeling, like size.
That theory pertains well for twins, huh? Because twins could feel each other's pain sometimes, like regular, identical twins. So if they were essentially went to the same schools and lived a similar life, they could probably remote view between each other way better or more clearer, let's say, than 2 people that don't know each other.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think they actually do, is that they have very similar neurological imprints to the point where they can perceive those.
What about a clone?
Those perspectives.
Oh,
if you cloned yourself right now, if there was a possibility to have a fully grown clone with your brain, you could just totally tell. You essentially would be able to telepathically communicate with him because he has literally the same neurological imprints as you do. After a couple of days, it'll already start to change. But from the first day that he's fresh clone, you should be able to What
if you transfer or copy your consciousness?
Yeah.
I think that would have the capability.
There's an interesting thing with that because they say that that's already plausible, but the way to do it is that you have to take notes on yourself. So basically, you have to sit down and write a whole report of from a blank piece of paper of what you are, how you think, what you do, and there's obviously a series of questions, but I think there's just like a fingerprint. There's a certain points of a conscience. Look how complex a consciousness is, so they won't get it 100%. You'll lose 100%.
I think what they said is that the memory is actually what becomes lost because the memory, they say, is imprinted within the body structure. I think that it's actually an auric field that is extrapolated and contained within the DNA. And so one of the things that I also believe is this, and this is something that we need to understand when it comes to this on a technological basis and on a future generational basis, is that DNA itself is like your lifeblood. This is your
blueprint,
your universal genetic blueprint that brings about your vibrational constant of who and what you are. But guess what? It's time stamped.
Right.
What do I mean by that? Is that at the point of creation, of conception, when you are first born, that point of conception to the point that you die, that genetic imprint is time stamped between those 2 points in time. Where if there is a derivation off of that, it is no longer the same DNA because the timestamp is off.
Right. So are you saying that a clone wouldn't have the same DNA as I would?
The clone would have the same DNA, but the timestamp would be off. So there would be problems and malfunctions within the consciousness actually accepting it because the frequency derivation would be off. Basically, think about it in the sense of adjusting amplitude.
Right, I understand.
Right? So think about is the moment you create this clone, and let's say you grow him fast from infant to 30 years old in 3 weeks' time. Okay?
Okay.
It's going to have the timestamp of an infant,
Yeah.
which does not correlate to your consciousness.
Yeah, it would just clash. Yeah, yeah.
Genetic timestamp, which means that your basically the consciousness is not going to accept it as a genetic match. Because think about this: is that as you grow older, your amplitude, the timestamp, right, increases in bandwidth, and this thing has got something like this.
Right, right, right. Of course.
I don't know. This is just the
So
way I perceive it.
no, it makes sense. Like I said, I couldn't debunk that if I tried. Like, you know what I mean? But I was thinking, like Vince said, if it's possible to transfer your consciousness, not even maybe to a clone, but to a computer. I don't think there's computers that are complex enough to take all the little intricacies of our consciousness and copy them per se.
I don't think consciousness is even compatible with a computer, and the reason being is
Yeah, I
because
mean,
a computer does not have the same programming language or storage capacity or storage
exactly.
physicality to understand the basis of what consciousness actually is.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's so complex. Like
You'd
you
have to have
forget
a
simple things.
converter.
Yeah, you forget simple things to remember other things. Like you don't decide what you forget. You kind of do, but you don't. Like it's not in the foreground of what you know. Like oh, I forgot this, but now I remember all these things. It's like you have a storage space in your memory too, essentially. And the more you exercise it, the bigger that storage space gets. But at the same time, a computer can't replicate that. And like thinking, like sarcasm and stuff. Like computers can't get like sarcasm yet. I don't think. Which is like huge for humans. That's like the one difference between humans and AI right now is that humans can do sarcasm. But remote viewing, I think, is a part of this because AI could essentially remote view.
Well, I think that it's in the realm of possibility that if you had a direct connection to all the data inherent transcribing within the earth right now, is you could use probability analytics, statistical
Right.
analysis, future predictions to
Right.
understand what potentially could happen next. And I think this is much of how the world is ran right now, is
Yep.
that they are utilizing probabilistic analytics, understanding how all this data is flowing in and out of all the networks, all the massive social media networks, and they know what's going to happen next. And this is why they make moves like the legislation they put forth, or gathering tools that they do, or weapons they do against patriots and stuff like that, is because they understand the probability of what potentially could happen next.
This goes on to like that's a bigger scale. I'm talking that definitely goes on, but even a smaller scale. Like I was thinking about this girl that does end of the world news, and I forgot her name. And I was thinking about her as I was scrolling through it. Before I even scrolled through TikTok, I took my phone and I was like, I want to find this girl that does end of world news. And without typing end of world news, I just started flipping through my FYP. She was the third video that came up. I haven't seen her in months. Her name is Bailey something or other. But I mean, like things like that, like synchronicity, like more than coincidences are like, and I know that happens to a lot of people, and I know most of them could dismiss it as coincidence, but like I don't. Come on.
So how
like,
about this?
How did
That's fucked up. Now, I had a very similar occurrence today. I slept in a little bit today, and I started dreaming on my second sleep. So I woke up, went back to sleep, kind of like, like 7 in the morning. Yeah. And the next part of my dream was semi-lucid, and my dad was there. My father passed away in 2015. And my father was there, and he's like, hey, man, and starts talking to me, right? And I don't really remember what he said, but he was like, he came to Denver to visit, and was like, what's up? Like, nothing ever happened, right? And it was cool. I wake up, and the first thing I do is I picked up my phone and I turn off airplane mode because I sleep with my airplane mode on. And I get a text message from both my brothers, my two older brothers, and like, oh, by the way, don't forget, today's Dad's birthday.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh shit, and I'm like, that is so fucking weird. I open up TikTok.
This is what I'm saying. Like I already feel, yeah.
Yep, I open up TikTok, and this is without like knowing any of these things, all this stuff, right?
It's fucking
and
TikTok
there's
is
this
alone.
TikTok
It's weird.
video, okay, and it's this one psychology fact.
Okay.
And it says, if you can read it right there, when someone appears in your dream.
Yeah.
And I almost shit my pants. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
What?
Shit like that, you can't dismiss that as coincidence. Like, there's no way.
Right.
And
so it's like a lucid dream. My brothers text me, hey, it's Dad's birthday. Oh, shit, it was Dad's birthday. I go on the TikTok, and when someone appears in your dreams is right there. And I'm like, whoa.
dude, like, so how is that possible? Do you think that the phone is reading our brain
No,
EEG or whatever,
no,
or
no,
we're setting that, or
no,
making the phone
no.
do this?
You have to understand the construct of reality. It's not the
Not
phone,
that
it's
easy.
not the algorithm, it's not TikTok. It's the universe. The universe is the fucking algorithm, and it works through these other algorithms. So
Well,
think about
TikTok
how,
shares.
yeah,
Yeah, I
think
get
about
it.
a
It makes it
random number.
easy.
Think about a random number generator that is programmed to do certain things, like TikTok does, right? What's
Okay.
really dictating those events? Those
With
it's the
the randomness, right? Yeah.
yeah, it's the laws and the principles of the universe that are actually going out and predicting that. Now, subconsciously, I knew it was my dad's birthday. Hence why my
Of
father
course.
probably appeared in my dream and gave me a
That's
message to
yeah. That's
reassure me my
that's not the
father's
big thing.
all
The big thing
right.
is the TikTok shit. Like, what the
Right.
fuck? Yeah.
But here's the thing: is the universe knows this, and it's intimately connected to me because I have a relationship with it. And so this
It's like a
whole
nudge.
scenario played out because that's just the way the universe works.
It's
It's
like one of those
serendipity.
like a new wink from the universe. Like,
That's
remember?
right.
Like, I'm still here.
That's
Oh
it.
shit. Okay. It really is. This happened to me once. 3/26 is my birthday, right? March 26th, and my bus gate to go to
Right,
work
you
was
keep on reminding
3/26.
us.
I'm sorry. I just like
I'm
that
just
number.
fucking with you.
I'm waiting for someone to be like, "That was the Powerball." I don't know, some shit. So I don't know if I told this story, but I'm gonna tell it again because I'm making it quick. 3/26 was my bus gate to go to work because I take the bus into the city, and then it changed to like 4:05. Something had nothing to do with me. So I was like, "Ah, kind of bummed out." So I'm outside having a smoke, and I'm leaning against this fire hydrant, and I look over, and the fire hydrant's number is D-26. Like Dimitri 20, like dude, I was like, there's no way like that could have been a thing. I wasn't looking for it, like it was just that was like a little, hey, it's okay. Don't fret. Here's your 26. Shut up. Like, oh my God, okay. So it's definitely possible. This remote viewing
Right.
shit is real.
Well, and so what
100%.
remote viewing really is our mind's eye into this non-locality of the universe and how the universe actually functions and operates.
It's cloudy though.
Well, it's only cloudy because your connection is like static. It's on an analog line, and you don't know how to home phone, man. And so, Hell put
Home.
off and Russell Targ, home phone home. But in Russell Targ, they tried to hone in on this, and they found some guys that were really good at this. They discovered the sub base and a lot of other things. But one guy in particular that nobody ever really talks about pertaining to this whole group of psychics was a guy by the name of Major Ed Dames. You guys ever heard of Major Ed Dames?
The man who stare at goats.
I
Is that
don't.
what that is?
No, that was General Studemeyer, I think, or not Studemeyer, Studebaker.
No, I don't know who that is.
But Major Ed Dames is he was one of the first participants, basically trained, I believe, by Ingo Swann of Project Stargate. So
Wow.
this is one of the Army's first trained remote viewer psychics, and this guy is the one who they said go and check out what's on Mars, what's on the moon.
Yeah.
This
Yes, I
is
heard
that
about this.
guy, and he's
And he
the
had
one.
that son.
What's that?
He had a son, didn't he?
I don't know about a sub.
That was involved, or his father, or I don't know.
I don't know about all that. I know
Okay.
Major Ed Dames. He's still around today. He did a video back in the '90s called "Kill Shot" of a meteor or an asteroid that was supposed to hit the Earth in 2012. And he said that after 2012, there's always this major wall and barrier, and that you could never remote view past this point. A lot of remote viewers had the same problems; they could not remote view it. He said everything was unpredictable past this point. And he said that it was because of the consciousness brought about to the point of 2012 and the asteroid strike that it got avoided. But now he's saying it's supposed to happen in 2030. I had Albert Stubble died in the third. That's right. Thank you, Jennifer. But there's a lot of different things that he said. But one in particular thing that he said, and this was, I got this right pulled up on my phone. Ed Dane's Remote Viewing Q&A Part 3. He said, when remote viewing is really cool when you can go out there and you can look at things, you can look at the moon, you can look at Mars, you can look at space, you can look at, the Russians or the Chinese or see what they're all doing, and that's really cool and it's really accurate. He said, but where it really comes into play, what excites me about it, is when you look at yourself.
Yeah.
He says, and when you put your name down as the target and ask why.
What am I?
Well, he says, no, why? Why me?
Or who am I?
That's oh, okay.
Yeah, why my existence? Why my name? Josh, why? And he said, when you look at that, he goes, you see beyond mind. That mind is not man. That mind is merely a instrument that the consciousness utilizes. And you begin to see what it really is. What it all really is.
Man, that's an anthill, isn't it?
It is.
I did see that clip, really deep, and he said, if I die tomorrow, I'll be happy with the fact that at least I've discovered this.
Yep. Absolutely. And so,
That was crazy.
you know, it's very interesting because I got the symbol that I wrote right here. And for everybody that doesn't know, this symbol is representative of an object that's sitting on my desk.
Oh,
Okay?
shit.
The
Okay.
object is sitting on my desk, and it's right there. It's got some writing on it. It's an object. Okay, this symbol represents it. This is the target for tonight. If you want to go along on this, you guys can write this symbol down, and you can start to close your eyes, focus in, meditate, relax a little bit, and try to figure out what the object might be. Now, on top of this, I just wanted to put that out there for everybody to go ahead and do this. So if you can figure it out, we'll do a part later on towards the end of the show to where you'll be able to put your answer of what you believe it is out there. As of right now, don't worry about that. Just let it go away. I will show the symbol again later on. And when you see the symbol again, you'll close your eyes without thinking, no imagination, and the object will pop in your mind. That's what it'll be, and that's what you're going to give me. But until that point, what we have to understand is this.
I know my thing. I know what I'm gonna guess.
All right. Transcendental meditation. Anybody ever heard of it? You have to pay
Yes.
a lot of money to learn transcendental meditation.
I heard that. Why is that?
Because it's a secret.
What gives? Like,
You
come
want to know
on.
what the secret is?
Mm,
One word mantra that you
Okay.
reverberate from the bottom of your coccyx spine to the top of your head. That's it. That's transcendental meditation. Done.
one word?
Yep. $3,000. That's it.
Yeah, like, seriously. Thanks. This is the most expensive word I'll ever say. Shit.
But guess what that word is?
Oh,
It's a sigil. It's a
Gotcha.
symbol. It's a representation of intention, of attention. That's
whatever you want.
the $3,000 part. See, the word is the hammer, right? The understanding of the word is knowing where to hit.
right. So I could make up a word, and then somebody will be like, "Oh, so I just have to say that word," but they don't know the meaning. It's not going to work for them.
They don't know the whole backstory behind the intentional thought that you hold.
Yeah.
Or that you release, or the intention behind why you do anything of such. So think about this is merely vibration. This is just energy in configuration at vibration. That's all that is. Whatever intention or meaning is given to that is dependent upon me, the creator, and you, the people who perceive it. You are all looking at this on a quantum level with your consciousness going, what does it mean? And I'm sitting there projecting going, it means this. And hopefully that relates back to some people and they get to see it. Now here's the thing, is when I hold a word in my mind, that word is the same thing as this. It's sigil. It's vibration. It's structure. It's organization. It's vibrating. It's energy. And when I hold it with a certain intention, a question, what is this? Where is this? What could this be? The universe has to resolve that equation. The universe has to look at it as, oh man, I have energy deficiency at this point because we don't know what this is, or this thing is empty and vibration is here, but there's something missing from it. I have to neutralize it, and I have to neutralize it with whatever it's polarized towards. And that thing that is polarized towards the answer that you're looking for.
I gotta get a pen. 2 seconds.
Oh, you need to write all this down. We're recording. He wants to draw what he sees. But does that make a lot of sense for everybody out there in the sense of how this kind of stuff is actually operating on a very high dynamic quantum physical level?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Now, here's the interesting thing. Is, you remember how I told you that consciousness operates very much like it's strung through time? is that it's like trailed through time with like string. Like your consciousness, your energy is like a string through time, right? This means that everything you touch becomes a node point in that
Right.
string structure. So when your minds go out there and seek this symbol, your minds entangle with that symbol.
Boom.
Your minds entangle with that symbol throughout history, to the point where anybody who uses this symbol could subconsciously send you information and you don't even know it. If
I
you're
always
open and
say,
receptive to it.
I always say it remote viewing. Like I try to put it
Yeah.
in layman's terms for people, like really quickly. And I say basically, like in 1 minute, I'm going to show you a picture with this number next to the picture. So I'll show you this with this number next to it. And you're going to see the picture in about a minute. But right now, I'm just going to show you the number. So the idea of remote viewing is to talk to the 2 minute from now you to tell you what the picture is, because you would have already seen it 2 minutes from now.
Well, that's what I was doing with people with the lottery numbers. I said, John Rader is like, hey man, I'm trying to win the lottery over here because he's really good at this stuff. And I said, John, you're doing it all wrong. He goes, what do you mean? He's like, I'm trying to see into the future to see the lottery numbers. I said, no, man.
You got to see into the past.
I said, go ahead and create yourself a symbol just like this. Keep this symbol on you every time. And every time the lottery numbers come out, I want you to look at that symbol and say today's lottery numbers and send them back to your past self.
Boom, you create a pattern. That happened to me in Russell Targ's ESP test.
That's right.
Dude,
you
this is
create a future pattern, a progression.
crazy.
So this means in the past, when you're actually here now, before the lottery actually happens, you have the routine, the ritual in place of where you know you're going to read yourself those numbers of this next lottery drawing.
Exactly.
Of which you remote view them and you just play those lottery numbers every weekend till you win.
I love
was
that
playing-
idea.
I was playing the ESP test. Ding, 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 ding. You know, he's got like the 4 squares. And then I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to do this at 11:30 at night for the next week. And then I did it again. And I got like 20 right out of 24, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the only time I've gotten the number so high. And it's when I made a conscious decision to do it every day for 12 or 10 days at 11:30. And sure enough, I did. But like that day when I made it, because it created a pattern. So future me was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah. So it's interesting. We're gonna have like there's gonna be 100,000 or there's gonna be 100 new lottery winners this Saturday night.
Yeah.
The
Just all play the
largest
different one.
the largest number of people to ever win a lotto jackpot, statistical anomaly, and everybody's sitting there going, I fucking did it.
Insomniac Hour is gonna blow up like
Yep.
like an atom bomb. Like, what the fuck did you guys do?
We'll have to make that video private.
You're like, FBI, open up. Like, what? What happened?
Well,
We
it's
just
a
start
great
winning.
theory. I want someone to try it because I actually have not tried it. I've thought about
neither.
it, but it's a great perception to see that, right? Is that if you ever want to know something in your future, just start every time that you look at something, every time you observe something, send it back to your past self. This is how spies actually used to train in the CIA and clandestine services. Is they
Really?
would walk in a room and they would snapshot, they'd look around the room, and then they would close their eyes and they would begin trying to recite everything that they saw in that room.
Okay.
Now think about that, right? So I could walk in a room and I'd be pineapple, paper, poster board. The paper board has this, pineapple has, right? And you start to memorize. So as you do this more and more and more, you start memorizing more and more and more things. So now this person can go to a room, walk in there.
In the future,
And-
right?
Well, not even in the future. Yeah, so like let's say a week later he's in the CIA. They're like, hey, take me to restaurant A. And he'd be like, oh, restaurant A. There's 6 tables to the right, 6 tables to the left.
Right.
Each table has 4 seats. The tablecloth is this color. There's these paintings on the wall. This is what's happening. And it would be verifiable and validated. Now, here's
Jason Bourne said that. He's like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I know all the license plates of the car outside. I know that guy's overweight, but he's light on his feet. Like, what the fuck's going on? You know?
Right. And so not only that is, here's the thing, is that person becomes entangled, interconnected with those places through time. Where if they remote viewed them, they would be able to detect subtle changes. Like if they changed out, oh, I'm seeing the room, but the tablecloths are different. They're all white this time. Sure enough, they changed.
Yeah, it's wild. I heard that remote viewing, like when you go up into the I guess the Akashic records or astral realm, whatever you want to call it. It's basically like the way we live our lives, or the way we see our lives, is like Polaroids in a chronological order. But up there, it's all jumbled. So the past, the present, and the future is kind of, and you're gonna have to almost like leave markers for yourself to know like what you're looking at. Is this past or the present or the future?
Well, how about this? Is it's not jumbled so much as it's an ocean with waves.
Right. But it's not like in a line. So you can't be like, okay, this is going to happen tomorrow. This happened yesterday, because it's all.
It's in a vibrational sequence of progression, of energy optimization from a low state to a high state.
Right. But where would the markers be? Like, how would you leave yourself a marker to know, like, I guess with the
So right now,
symbols.
right here at this time in space, there is a certain resonant frequency, certain vibration that is occurring between you and the space and time that you're occupying and all the rest of the universe around you. After this moment is over, that vibration is gone and will never ever be experienced ever in the history of all universes throughout all expanses of time and space. Okay? Each
sense,
moment is completely unique, which means that each moment in time and space has its own vibrational significance.
Signature. Right. Okay. Okay. So you'd
Which
have to
means
just
that
like.
you do as well.
So you perceive that signature, and then you would get the.
Well, think about it as a snapshot. Is if
Right.
I was existent alive during this point in time, or if I was living in multiple lives, or even if I'm conscious during this time, and I can have a non-local perspective, that means that I can snapshot the entirety of the universe right now at that exact moment. Because I'm
Right.
interconnected with it all. I am it all.
I want to focus on that symbol. I want to see if I can get it.
Stop thinking about it. That's how you get
I'm
it.
not. I know.
So
I already have like
Here's
something
the
that
thing,
popped in,
is
but I don't
your,
know if
is
it's
your
right.
conscious mind doesn't remote view. Your
No.
your consciousness isn't psychic.
It puts stuff together actually to help you think like what you think you see, but it's not really what you think you see, because it's your imagination putting it into perspective.
Perceive it like this. Is the symbol is a website. Your mind is the computer and web browser. The computer doesn't put in the website and hit search. Your consciousness does. Your unconscious movements, your unconscious behavior, your higher consciousness is psychic. And
I
you
can't
have
get
to
off
have
the
the
thing again.
hardware and software compatible to search the internet like that.
Yeah, I get it. I like when you first showed it to me, something popped in my head and I can't get it out. I can't think of anything
What
else
was it?
other than a little Grateful Dead bear.
Okay, that's not it.
All right, good. No, shut up, mind. That wasn't it. You were wrong.
Nope, that
I don't know
wasn't
why. I
it.
just saw Grateful Dead bear. I don't know why. That was weird.
Definitely not it. So,
Okay.
so stop thinking of that.
Jackal. Was it a jackal? Is it
Jackal,
jackal?
rawhide.
It wasn't right the first time. Why the fuck would you keep saying jackal?
I'm a horse, of course, of course, I'm a course, I'm this.
Oh my god.
Nope,
Okay.
definitely not a jackal.
All right.
All right. So everybody's like, can we start taking a crack at it? Well, Lisa, guess what? Is when
Everyone's-
you're drinking a whole bunch of wine, it doesn't really work too well. But you can take
Yeah.
a crack at it if you want. I'll give you one shot.
Yikes. Bully.
Yeah, I'm a bully, of course.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't catch all of that, but I kind of get the gist, you know. What are they saying? I can't really see the chat right now.
No, just people are just chatting. So I find this whole topic fascinating because it interconnects to so many different things. Now, going back to the Army and remote viewing, remote viewing isn't something that's hard to do. This is kind of like the basic premise of our conscious meditation group that we started on the platform, of where we started with a symbol, and we utilized a symbol to basically contain objects, and we tried to locate them.
Yeah.
And we can kind of do this more and more with more complex objects, the more integrated into a routine and ritual process that we get.
We should try locations on sometime.
Google Maps. We should basically put markers on. So you should put location markers on Google Maps, and then,
In Street View or something.
yeah, in Street View, and then have people basically try to figure out where that location is. That'd actually be a really good one.
Need to like focus. I want to try this. I really want to like it. Because see, the way I do it usually is I got to stay calm, close my eyes, and then think and then stop, and think and then stop, think and stop. Because I always like think too much. When people are guessing like intricate things like oh the green tips of points on a tree that is this. That's like no. Green tips and points, yeah, but maybe but then now you painted that tree yourself already. I think that's
Right.
how it happens.
Yeah, you'll get bits and pieces, but you might interpret those different than the
Right.
original thought.
Because Josh may think of something floating, so I'll think it's flying, but it's really in water. It's the same type of like sensation, right? But like I'm not Josh, and Josh isn't me, so that's why the brain imprints, neurological imprints, are going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the tough part. I guess that's why I wasn't 100% every time, and I'm pretty sure that the government has been working on how to replicate remote viewing with AI, but not with predictive programming, like actual like that vision that we get, like that little pop that is the true thing. Like they're trying to make that into like a nice slow video for everyone to understand.
Well,
So they could shoot.
someone give me one. Let's try this out.
All right.
Grab
I'll
an
give you one.
object, something simple. It doesn't have to be complex. Draw a symbol and then throw it out there. Because everybody out there is talking about crypto. It's not crypto, guys.
It's a Grateful Dead bear, okay? It's just that's what it is. Okay, I got you.
It's funny because I got a lot of Grateful Dead stuff up here, but there's no Grateful Dead bear.
I don't know. I just saw first I saw the Ghostbusters ghost, but that's just because the sign looks like the Ghostbuster sign, so I'm thinking too much into that. So then I was like, maybe that. All right.
What do you
what
do you got in your hand?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm drawing the symbol for you.
Let me see.
I'm gonna.
Let me see everything that you have in your hand. Show me everything you have in your hand.
Okay, I had this. What I was drawing the symbol with is paint, little turquoise paint. Then I had this is my interpretation of what your symbol was. That's what I started with.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell that was. And then this is my symbol for you of what the object is. So hang on, I gotta put it in first.
So I gotta write that thing down.
I'm screaming it at the top of my lungs.
Well, you gotta touch it.
Screwdriver.
You gotta touch it or hold it.
I mean, I'm holding it.
No, the object of what goes in there.
Oh,
You gotta make a physical contact.
done. All right.
I'll think about it. Like, just give me a while.
No, that's fine.
Yep,
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
We'll figure it out. So I don't know. Everybody knows. I mean, he's not texting me or anything. Vince knows this.
I'm gonna keep it on my lap. He's gonna be touching me the whole time.
I've already. I have a shape actually coming into my mind.
See that? Yeah, Josh is nasty at this the last time.
I have no idea. I have no idea what it is,
Bananas.
but I have a shape. And that's all I know. And it's weird because that's just all I get. I just get like shape. I just get shape.
I could see that because it might have been the part I was holding.
I don't know. That's all I got is shape. But
I used to have a light like that, but I don't have it anymore. I know what you mean. I know what you were drawing, but I don't have that anymore.
that's okay. Just keep it there. I mean, it's John.
Yeah.
John Rader said a screwdriver. I don't know if he's talking about you or me. I think he's talking about you, but I don't know.
Nope.
That's the first thing I saw in my head was rounded like this.
You know what, dude? I think I know what you're seeing, but it's not the object I was holding.
Okay. So I see
And
rounded, and it's kind of I don't know. There's a
well, we could
difference
do-
in colors. It's a difference.
You
in
want more
color.
time, or do you want to like?
Well, you can show me what you think I'm seeing.
I think you were seeing this,
Okay.
which is the lid to my quart container, or the pop filter to my mic.
There it is.
It's like literally right here.
I was about to say is the top has a different texture or color.
Yeah. I mean, the microphone too, kind of like I have the actual microphone here, but
Yeah.
this, I would say this is probably the closest thing or the speaker, but I wasn't touching the speaker at any point. I was touching this.
That's
Just
okay.
the lid. And yeah, it's like,
Okay, so
Yeah.
keep the object there. I don't know what it is.
yeah, I got you.
I got the symbol right there.
It can still pertain to it. I'm going to try to get your thing. I just keep getting like this horseshoe type of pattern. Like I keep drawing the same thing. Like I drew this and then I drew this. It's like a that and then that. So I don't know what it is. It's like
Well,
a
see,
U
here's the
or
thing: is our minds are going in different directions because we're doing different things. And
right.
so, what we really need to do is we need to stop, clear the mind,
Yeah.
relax, deep breath in, deep breath out, close the eyes, no thought, no think. There, right?
Number 2 pencil. Ticonderoga.
Write it down.
Okay.
Draw it and write it down. Draw it. How about that? Draw it.
Okay.
Because you're more accurate in drawing.
I should get an actual pen next time instead of doing this with a fucking. Something like that. Oh shit! No way. That was the actual thing. Wow.
See why I said draw it?
Yeah, of course. Why I say yeah? I just saw number 2 pencil 'cause it was, and my daughter has the thick number 2s, the Ticonderogas. That's the one I was seeing. I was like, why would he have a thick Ticonderoga pencil? Like, it's weird.
Wow.
Yeah, it's.
But see how the mind, it got the vibration, the pattern, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it couldn't correlate
isolate it.
my
Yeah.
vibrational signal with yours. So the first thing that pops in your mind is a pencil, a writing device. Long, thick, cap.
Yeah, I had the cap. I just pointed. Yeah, my point was on the end. I was drawing it backwards. That's the fucking cap because I drew. Yeah,
That's
shit.
why I said draw what you see.
And yeah, because that doesn't look like a. Yeah, wow, it's
Don't
crazy.
try to interpret it.
Yeah, just draw it.
This
Yeah.
is why remote viewers don't try to interpret the pictures they see. I'm seeing a pool and there's people all no, they say
No.
They say wet, square, water.
Yeah.
They say warm, humid.
Yep. Anything
Hot.
other than that is going to be you trying to fill it in for yourself.
That's right. And then they go back after they see, and now they try to fill in what they might have perceived they were seeing. Because what we're dealing with is your neurological imprint as in comparability to the programming language of reality and how that is presenting this information to you. Think about it, like, let's say that it was giving you massive terabytes of information, but you can only process a few gigabytes at a time.
Yeah, essentially that's what it is.
Your brain wants to say, I know what it is because I can see this and it has these correlations and these patterns. So it uses its imagination to pick up what it believes it is. You have to cut that part of the process out.
That's cool.
It's very difficult for me.
It's honestly, it doesn't. It's not. It's not. It's really not though, Vince. You know what it is? It's like the way I do it is like what Josh just said it. He just said it. He goes, clear your mind, deep breath in. Whatever you just said, like the series of words that the spell you just cast on me worked. He's like, clear your mind, take a breath, boom, 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 and I do that. And as soon as he's done talking, and like you have like a split second, boom, right there. What do you see? Like lines, circles, shapes, whatever. What's that?
It's a wallet.
It's a wallet.
All right.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just thought wallet. I saw a wallet. That's all I saw was a wallet.
I don't even have a wallet.
I don't carry a wallet. I carry one of these things.
Yeah, I carry. Yeah,
RFID
What is that?
things. An RFID
Yeah.
wallet. Yeah.
yeah, those are good, man. I actually have an RFID scanner and copier.
Oh yeah.
Just doop, doop. Yeah, it's simple. It's just a copper wire with a little chip, and then you could just take it, scan it. You get into like parking garages if you needed to, anything like that. It's like $20 on Amazon. Pretty nice. I'm holding my object in my hand.
You're holding. I hope it's not with an ill. You sick.
No. It's not.
It's a family show.
Actually, it's funny.
Family
It's funny.
show.
It's funny that you said that because it could be. Yeah, never mind. You'll see. You'll get it. Why would you say that first thing? What were you thinking of? Oh, maybe. Yeah, because I'm trying to pick out what you were thinking of the first time. Because it might not have been the lid. I think it was the lid. Maybe it was the bottom to this, because that looks a lot like you were drawing.
Are you holding a bottle?
Kinda, yeah. I thought you were thinking about this the first time you were drawing stuff.
That was it. So yes, that was what I was drawing. Is this
But
what you were holding the whole time?
No,
Oh.
no.
But that's kind of what I was seeing, man. That's almost exactly what I was
Bottle,
seeing.
the bottle was pretty fucking good.
Actually, what I was seeing was a symbol from a drum set.
Right. Okay. Exactly. Okay. I wish I had those. That'd be nice.
Okay, what are you holding? Go ahead and show everybody.
It's a bottle from a Crystal Skull vodka. So it's essentially it is a bottle. It had booze in it at one point, but then I just took it out.
He completely understands simple.
How is it not simple?
I'm joking.
It's a skull.
Now I'm curious if anybody out there got a skull. And I'd
Or a
like
head.
to see if anybody out there got a skull or a head. Now I can tell you, I know 100%. I didn't see that at all.
I thought that was pretty simple. I mean, it's just as simple as a highlighter with words on it.
Well, not necessarily. We were looking for kind of shaping.
Well, you said bottle. So like that's as much as me saying Ticonderoga pencil.
It's interesting too because a lot of what I was seeing was this. It was kind of like it was ovular, it was circular right here, circular, but I flattened it out because I tried to imagine what it potentially could be. I thought frisbee, symbol, but I saw like ovular, right? And so you have that's a hard one to prescribe. It's actually, it looks like a monkey skull too.
Yeah, it is. It's like a little shrunken head. I don't know why I have that.
This is fun because what it does is it begins the process of us.
I understand you more now. Yeah.
Right. Basically connecting on that higher level. So in our conscious meditation group, one of the things that we actually did is we would go into meditations and we would imagine all of us going into this meditation and surrounding this pool of water or energy.
Okay.
Floating like a cloud of energy or water. And we all hold hands in the energetic level. And we all surround this pool of water or the symbol or whatever it might be.
What color is it?
It doesn't matter. It can be anything that you guys create. It's a room that you guys create that everybody goes to. And you go in there and you all touch the water or the symbol at the same time. And it produces this entanglement on this mental quantum realm.
Yeah, I would add color to it, make it a blue pool.
So they're asking
just that everyone
do
touches the blue
another
pool.
one. Everybody's asking to do another one. And so what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to draw the symbol at the same time of thinking of the object. Okay?
I think that's more powerful, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I got the object right there, and I'm drawing the symbol while thinking of the object.
Triangle. Prism.
All right. So there's the symbol.
I was seeing this whole time. Hang on.
Go ahead and draw it. Just draw it.
All
I ask you to do is draw it. And everybody can go now and just start to figure it out.
Hard for me to draw what I'm thinking about.
Now, don't get imaginative. Stay
I'm not-
simple.
Oh, okay.
Stay simple. So whatever you're thinking, take it in its simplest form.
I'm gonna give this a shot.
Unless you know exactly what you believe it is.
I mean, this is what I saw while you were drawing it.
Let me see it. Let me see what you saw when I was drawing.
It's hard for me to describe, but it's like a triangle within a triangle. It's like a fractal pattern of like a triangle that goes into a tunnel, kind of like it's like a tunnel of a triangle.
Hold on to that thought for a minute, okay? I want
Okay,
you to hold on to that
okay.
thought for a minute.
Why are you laughing?
I'm
What the
not saying if anybody's right or wrong. I'm just saying hold on to that thought for a minute, okay?
All right.
I want you to extrapolate now. So I want you to take that, okay? Let's just say that you're right and wrong.
Okay.
Let's say you're completely far off, right?
Okay.
But let's just imagine that you were right. Now, extrapolate from that. What do you see? Color. First color that pops in your mind. Close your eyes. No thought, no think. Color.
Black.
Okay. Next thing. Thickness. First thing that
Thick.
pops in your mind.
Thick.
Okay.
Okay.
Now size. Big, small.
I'm seeing small and like over here, like thick, small, and black to white, or like black
Okay.
to lighter gray.
Now
or
let me
whatever.
ask you this one. Utilization.
Clip or a pin, something that holds shit together.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
No.
Oh,
Remember, close your eyes. No think, no thought.
okay, like a
Utilization.
pencil sharpener, like a void, like a pencil sharpener that goes in, like you can see
imagining.
into it.
You're imagining. You're imagining. You're going upon the context that you were right.
Right. Okay.
All you do is say, what is the utility of the object?
To hold stuff together. Like a. I don't know.
Are you
a
seeing
clip.
the hand?
I'm seeing a clip, like a like a clip, like a.
You're seeing the hand. Extrapolate further.
Bracelet.
You're asking for utility, and you see a hand with this triangle thing.
Okay, hey, whoa. A mouse.
Are you ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm giving up. Yeah. Oh, fuck off! That's fucking shit. That's what I saw. Oh my god, I'm so stupid.
It's black and it's got fractal patterns when you look through
stupid.
it in the prism.
It's exactly. That's what I meant. That's what it was. That's what it fucking was. No, I know.
And a lot of other people got
failed.
thin. They got black. They got triangle. They got pyramid. They put dot in the circle, which has it. That's why I said utility, and you kept on seeing small clip. You're seeing your fingers clamp.
Yep.
Okay, that's why I said
I saw the edge of it. Like I saw the edge of the pig. Of course, it's a fucking guitar. Wow.
But see, and how the funny thing extrapolated from that.
I wasn't even like some people would be like, all right, let me think about what Josh would have on his desk. That's like no, that's yep. Yeah, don't do it. That's not what you do.
And that's what you started thinking, and that's why you're going in context. You're building in your imagination.
Sharpener, yeah.
Stop. Just think. Color, black, done. Right? Thickness. You said thick. That's actually a pretty thick guitar pick. And then I said utility, and you see clamping.
Yeah, because I'm holding the guitar pick, of course.
And you know what I was thinking was me holding the guitar pick.
That's crazy.
Damn. All right. Well, I gotta.
All right, dude. See you, Vince.
Astral project myself, or remote view myself.
All right, we're gonna stay on a little bit longer. People are liking this.
I love it though.
I see Vince going to the fridge right after this.
No.
I see him going to sleep. He's going to the bathroom, and then he is going to sleep.
Take care, everybody.
See you, bud.
Later, man. Have a good night.
All right.
Hey, dope. That was cool.
See how tuned in it becomes.
Right, and just quickly too, like fast. Because I remember, like you were drawing it while you were drawing the symbol. It has nothing to do with the actual symbol. It's the intent that was in the symbol, obviously. So when you were drawing it, I saw like this part, and then like the man.
Well, you know what the interesting thing is?
Hindsight, of course.
Is when I was drawing it. You want to know what I said?
What?
I said, "This is for Dimitri." That's why when you said it, I was like, oh, I started laughing. Because I sent the signal in the symbol to you. This is for Dimitri in my mind.
Yeah, I got that.
And you fucking nailed it right off the bat, but then you started imagining.
Yeah, because look at the shit. Like, come on. Like, fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
That's really good. And it's, if you look at the guitar pick, which I lost.
Yeah, but I saw it. I get it.
If you look at it, it's black and it's fractured. Not fractured, but fractals.
That's crazy. That was good.
But see how it is easier with simple things.
Right. All right. So I'll do something simple.
And the reason why simple things work is this. Is the neurological or the quantum imprints are more easily transferable than something of complexity that maybe you've been looking at for years, but someone else has never seen.
Okay, I got one for you. I gotta make the symbol. I'm holding it in my hand, and I'm gonna draw the symbol as I'm holding it in my hand.
Now just think about it when you hold it in your hand.
Well, yeah. So that right there, that symbol, that little.
Yeah. All right, guys, you saw the symbol. What was the symbol? It was this little guy standing up.
It's like a trident, yeah, like or a guy standing up on a hill or something.
Okay. So one of those funny cactuses.
Yeah, the symbol doesn't have anything to do with the actual object, but it's me.
And you're holding the object right now.
Yep.
And it's round.
Yep.
And
Well, yeah.
And it's flat.
Mm-hmm.
And
but yeah, I think. Yeah, keep going.
It's got numbers on it. 1983.
No, I think you're imagining too much.
Okay.
Round and flat was good, but think of different round and like you're thinking of like
I had round and flat. I had round.
You're thinking of like a plate. It's not like a plate, but it is round. And it is flat, but it's not like a disc.
You can't give clues away. You can't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't do that. Just say, just remember I didn't give you any hints.
That's true.
Right?
Sorry.
But so it's an
okay. Extrapolate on round. What did you see when you saw round? Because I got that.
I actually saw silver and round.
Okay.
So the first thing I started thinking was a quarter. Right. A quarter.
You're really close with the silver and round. Just like me, you got to extrapolate.
But now I'm actually seeing larger. I'm seeing about this size right here, and I'm actually seeing like a candle plate or an incense plate.
Okay.
Now
extrapolate from that. You're still thinking disc though.
I know.
Remember?
I am.
So extrapolate candle and incense plate was that okay? So round, silver, incense plate, candle. Go ahead. Do your stuff.
That's really all I'm seeing is just round and silver. It's round, silver, flat. Okay.
It's a 3 millimeter jack. I mean, I figured that you said something that you see normally, right? Obviously.
Yep.
I mean, it's not. I guess it's not that complex. It's not that simple. But I mean,
let me see what other people are saying here.
So you see what I'm saying though? Round.
Yep.
Right.
I do.
Flat, and then silver candle. I mean, it looks like a freaking candle. Where's the thing?
Beam Himkadi, soda can, golf ball, cactus fork, spoon, CD. It's male or so. 20
this is for you.
Game, someone said it was a male or female. Which funny thing is, it's both because it has a female and a male.
right.
So Shane was actually spot on with that. Interesting.
It's a hermaphrodite. No, but like that's what I'm saying. I sent this to you, and I picked this out. Well, first of all, because it's in my reach, and two, I know you do audio, and I know you play guitar, so you've probably seen a bunch of these before.
Right.
So it wouldn't be complex to you, but like you said, round and flat, and then you saw silver. I mean, it's gold, but it's shiny. Like, and then you said candle or incense. You said candle or incense holder, but this looks like a freaking candle. And actually, I mean,
it does.
Yeah, I can stick a candle on it.
Yeah, I can.
No,
see
but
that.
it like.
Well,
that was good.
Sometimes it's easier to send than it is to receive.
I think so, 100%.
And I'll tell you, I'm not in a focused mental state. I'm not like I was at one night. Definitely not in that same mental state.
Well, you see, the thing is, I think when you did the battery, you like I said, you like, I'm getting it. Like you fucking like, it looks like you got it, and you sketched the shit. You sketched the battery, like it was crazy. Like you know what I mean?
So how about this? Now pick something up and put it in this symbol.
Okay.
And that's all we need to do.
Right. Okay. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna take.
Just anything random. Don't think. Just pick.
Okay, I did it.
Okay. Now that's a symbol.
Watch him draw the exact fucking thing. I heard you draw something.
I drew two things. See, it's hard because I got their chat going on right here too. So
I know. This is completely like not. This is off the record.
yeah,
don't score us on this.
I'm trying. Like now, my mind is going crazy because I drew two things.
What you got? Let me see.
No, I can't.
I'm not gonna give you hints. I promise.
I got these two objects. So I got that one. I put button, and then I got this square object. I just
You're
don't know.
fucking close on both of them. You gotta combine them two together, and you're good. like legit. Combine those together. You're solid. Like just draw one on top of the other.
Well, then just give it to me. So this is what I had. This is what I drew. Now show us what it is.
So that's the button.
Yeah.
That's the button, and then that's the square.
So isn't that weird?
So you saw it from the top, right?
Well, no. I saw a cylinder, square cylinder,
right?
And I saw a button, square cylinder with a button.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I mean, I was thinking like the button looks like this top. It's got the
Yep. So I actually saw a burgundy reddish button.
Okay.
But isn't that interesting that I drew a button?
Right, because it's a button. Yeah.
Right.
And you drew a
button.
I know. I get it, but it's a
and
push
then
button,
I drew
not a cold
the
button.
cylinder, right?
Right. Of course. No. I'm saying you nailed it.
It's interesting because this is actually the silver part of the lighter that has the vents on the side.
Yep. There it is.
Yep. And so if I kept on going down like that, I would have had the front side of the lighter.
That's crazy. And the button's on the back. That's why you drew it, because you couldn't see it if you're looking at the front.
That's right. Now people would be like, "Oh, that's just coincidence, man. You
Dude.
guys aren't psychic."
Okay. Whoever's saying that has one sock on right now. Imagine the guy's like, holy shit! Oh, fuck!
That's just a lucky guess.
You're 37.
So now what I want to do is I want to just take this a little different. Okay?
All right.
And I'm thinking of a 4-digit number sequence.
Okay.
So everybody out there, I'm thinking of a 4-digit number sequence. And I will draw the symbol. We're just going to use this symbol again. We're going to contain it in this symbol. There's the 4-digit number sequence. You can see it in this symbol. It is being sent across right now. And even tips, props to anybody who gets context in the number. If you get the number, 4 digits number, and context, now that's some cool shit.
4261 42617 74261. I don't know. Definitely saw 4, or I think it looks like a 4.
Try one number at a time. You don't have to be
4.
a specialist.
Definitely. I know. I'm just trying. It's flying at me like 100 miles an hour. I'm trying to get all the shit. See an N? What's an N? Like a 2 upside down 2.
I like N's. That's cool. I like that one. That's
not really a number, but N. Seven. I see N74. I don't know. I think I'm doing the same thing you were doing. I'm excited about this. You got to just chill out.
How about this? It's 4 digits, right? So everybody out there, stop thinking 4 digits and think 2 2-digit numbers. 2 sequences. First sequence, close the eyes, see 1 sequence. Boom, the second one, second sequence.
7314. I think I'm just guessing. Like I'm not seeing them. Yeah, I'm just fucking. Yeah, it's bullshit. I know. I need to be like focused. It's hard to do this stuff on the spot because especially like, with a chat going on with you guys, and I'm like trying to like.
No,
I don't know.
All you need to do, deep breath in, deep breath out. Close your eyes. Don't think. Don't imagine. Just allow numbers to float up freely, one number at a time. Take your hand and your pencil and start writing them down. Okay, start writing them down.
Okay.
two sequences of numbers. The first sequence is, the second sequence is, and this is the symbol for everybody wondering. That's the symbol for number and.
I mean, I got something, but I don't know if it's going to be it. But I did see the two sequences of numbers. I don't know why. I think. We're going to get my charger before my computer dies. All right, so the first sequence number that I saw, when you said, what is the first sequence? First of all, I saw a bunch of lines. So I thought it was like 4 ones, like 1 1 1 1.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was
so you saw a bunch of lines. Were they lateral or horizontal?
That's what I'm saying. So first they were like this, they were lateral. So that's why I thought 1 1. And then I saw the second sequence. It was 2 of these, and then a bunch of. So I thought it was maybe a 4 because that kind of looks like it could be a 4.
Okay.
So I said 1 1 1 4.
1 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then what? So that's your first sequence, 1 4, right?
Okay.
And what's your second sequence?
It's got to be the middle of the 8. 8? 8 0? I don't know. Okay. I guess I'm seeing the symbol, like the actual symbol, like the cross, the star, the symbol.
Don't think about the symbol. The symbol is just a visual reference.
I know.
It's a visual point in time and space. So I'm going to go into this point in time and space. Imagine that everybody out there who's guessing right now, stop guessing. What I want you all to do is I want you to close your eyes for 1 second. I want you to take a breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Okay? Just release it. Relax the shoulders. Bring everything down. Imagine that all of us are right now connected in digital space, and we're up in our mental space, in our minds, and we're all there. Everybody is walking around saying hi to each other. We're all energy, and we're surrounding this big pool of water, which is representative of the symbol that we're talking about. Okay, and we all put our hand in the water, and whatever happens in this water, our minds receive the information and perceive the information. So with nobody think, because we don't want the water to be overflowed with information, but all I want you to do is I want you to see these two numbers. What are those two numbers that I just sent to all of you while you're touching that water?
I'm seeing the same rhythmical pattern over and over again. It looks like a bunch of like rhombuses. Rhombus.
You should be seeing numbers because it's
numbers. I know. I know.
Okay. And there's context to what the numbers actually mean. And so John Rader, I want him to understand that he probably knows what I'm looking at on my desk that has numbers on it. And if you get that, I will be happy.
Two. 6.
Okay. So we suck at numbers. That's what we're understanding.
I'm better with objects, I think.
All right. When I show this to people, they're going to be like, I fucking knew it.
Yeah, but nobody did because nobody said shit. I mean, I don't know, but I don't think anybody said shit.
It's a Walmart receipt of which I circled $19.93.
Did not see any of that. 1993. I saw the 1, I guess, the first one.
You saw a 4, which
does kind of a 9-ish, yeah.
Is similar to a 9.
Yeah.
Is that your PIN number? No, it's on my Walmart receipt.
Yeah, why would you do that? My 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's exactly the combination I have of my luggage.
So now I want you to do the same thing. I want you to write down 4 digits, 4 numbers. Okay, completely random. I don't want you to think about it. Completely random. And then I want you to go into that pool, and I want you to write down, to basically transmit those numbers.
Well, you're going to get a bunch of numbers then, because all these people are going to be writing. Or you're talking about just me?
No, I'm just talking to you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm writing the numbers.
Okay.
Okay.
One seven four nine.
Pretty good. It's close. Like same thing with me. Like I could see why you're saying what you're saying. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
numbers look like other numbers if you take them out of context. They're pieces of numbers.
1294.
Ooh, see, that was much, much better.
Yeah.
Like really much better.
One
Like a
two
lot.
1299.
Nope. I
Well,
think you're guessing at this
now I'm
point.
just guessing.
Yeah.
So I had a few secrets. I had 5274, 8883, 6149, 9137, 3192. Then I had 1749. Then I had obviously 1294.
I was gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, but I said I'm not gonna finish the four. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1.
There you go. Okay. So 1231.
So the not that the three could be
So
nine
what I
ish.
want you to go look at that. So you have 1231. So Michael Callahan has 2134.
So yeah.
So remember I told you is do this
With
without thinking.
right. And that's why it almost helps. It almost helps when you're doing it like online, like when you're a part of the chat. It's easier to do it that way because, like you and I were talking to each other, we're engaging in conversations. You're obviously going to want to guess the right number, and I want to. So you're almost like your desire to guess it or to get it is going to be fucking with you because in the chat, it's just like da, 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 da. And it's like no, like that was right. Like da, 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 da is
So
exactly what you need to be doing.
So I want you to write down. So I just wrote down one sequence of numbers, and I want you to just write down another 4 digits of numbers. Any numbers from 0 to 10, or 0 to 9, in a sequence, any order you want. Just write down four numbers,
Okay.
and then just show them to everybody. And I wrote this down, and we're not talking. I'm not typing anything. And you're writing it down with frickin' paint.
Yeah, I know. I got to get a pen. Like this is
Oh,
ridiculous.
I'm
My
sorry, it's
fingers are all.
Michelle. I'm blind here. It's far away. Sorry, Michelle. I'm sorry. I called you Michael. Sorry.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
just show the screen.
6224.
6224. Okay. 6224. Interesting. Now, I've always found, and this is interesting to note, that numbers are very difficult because they have other symbolic significance and meaning and representation,
Agreed.
including
100%.
to other people. So
Yep.
this is where we transition then. Okay? And if we did letters, it's 1 out of 28. If we did 2 letters, you have a permutation, it's 1 out of
Yep.
526.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
4 numbers is like fucking.
If we do a
That's
4
a lot of numbers.
if we do a 4-letter word, now we're getting 1 out of like a 800,000, 1 out of 700,000, right?
Right.
But if we just do any random word out of the dictionary, and you just thought aardvark, don't think aardvark,
I'm not.
but
It's obvious what word I'm thinking. No,
sleep.
no, 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 no.
But
The opposite. Quite the opposite of sleep. It's my name. I'm thinking about my name.
so
Why is my name? Oh,
what's that?
no,
Oh, so John Rabbit Hole Daily Dose is on Twitch. You should be able to watch it there. Definitely on there. All right. So think of a word, any word.
okay. Hang on. Okay.
All right. Now go up into that little pond that we have up there, or whatever it might be, the crystal blue water, right? And say the word and let it vibrate in the water. Okay. I heard something resonating.
I was screaming.
Were you? I didn't hear screaming. I heard something.
No, I mean I was screaming the word like as if it was like a really, really meaningful and powerful message that I needed to tell everyone.
Oh,
Like as if it was like a
so okay, but so Insomniac said malarkey. You remember that one? Yeah, one of the words I put out there one day when we did something.
malarkey's good. No, mine was it was a direct like
Okay, what was it? Someone said
run,
caustic. Caustic. I have light. You
run.
said run. That's interesting because I put velocity.
Well, yeah, that's it. You got it. I mean, I was going like this, run,
I,
like,
I, I said velocity with veracity.
run. Like I was screaming it, like fucking run. Ah!
Okay, hold
Like,
on, hold on. I want to show you something here. So this is interesting because we're talking
like I,
about vibration, right? We're talking about picking up vibration.
basically what I was doing is if I had to send a message and we didn't have any phones and we had to go to this lake to send each other messages, I was
Yep.
pretending that my message to everyone was get the fuck out of there right now.
Okay.
And the quickest way I would say that is run. You know what I mean? I wasn't saying like run. No, I was like run. Like there was an intent behind that word for me.
So
Like I meant
it's interesting because the word I was actually thinking of is ferocity, right? I thought velocity and ferocity.
right.
Now, ferocity means or veracity,
Ferocious.
like being
Right?
yeah, the state of being ferocious or fruitful, the state of being ferocious or
Yeah,
fruitful.
that's
So
exactly what I was doing.
being direct and blunt, right? And I said velocity, which is pertaining a vector pertaining to run. So that's
So
interesting that the vibration comes off that way.
you would have gotten it. Like if my message to everyone was run, you would have been like ferocious, but I gotta get the fuck out of here. You know?
Yeah. So it was intent. I got intent, and I got the
Mhm.
message, right? But it's context that we miss in the representation of how this is.
But see, that's the thing though. I think it's more important. Like the word here, in this case, you were saying that there was because there was no sigil. It was just writing a word. The word was the sigil.
Mm-hmm.
The intent into the sigil was go. Which well, you got it. You didn't get the word, but that's not what I was trying to tell you guys. I was trying to tell you to spell the word RUN. I was trying to tell you to run.
Right.
I was trying to
You're
tell you
actually
to
sending the intent and not the
right.
message. So I see veracity or ferocity, and I see velocity, which is interesting
I
to say
mixed.
the least.
Cool.
Okay.
So then
Now
I'm
I'm
gonna.
going to pick a word, and I'll put it in
Okay.
the pool.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm going up there.
Because I already got it. It's too soon.
Okay. What is it?
I was thinking it's kind of weird. I thought safe, then shave and shelter.
That's
So
okay. Safe, shave, and shelter.
I don't know why shave would be in there. Razors, I guess, blades. Safe, shave, and shelter. So I would probably just protect myself and then just kind of like sit there in a bunker. I don't know. Like if that's what you were telling me, or you were telling me, find shelter, be
I
safe,
sent you literally a word.
shave, or shave. I don't know why.
Okay. So
What
let me
was
let me send it again, and I want you to
okay?
try to perceive
So bad with this. Okay.
because I'm not sending intent.
Emotion. Right.
I'm
Okay.
just sending a word. Now remember, put your hand in the water and feel the vibration come into you and give you the word.
Yeah. Now I see fire. Buh. Okay. Busy. I don't know. I can't think. I'm too like
Okay, that's okay. It's okay.
busy, bewildered, fire. I don't know. I think I'm just like because the words are hard, man. So are numbers. Like
No,
objects are.
that's the context. Okay, So objects are real tangible things. Words are not. They're intangible.
Right.
Same thing with numbers, and they also have symbolic representation.
Yeah, it's
Now,
hard to send a word without intent, even
now
if
if
you're
I'm
not
going to
sending
send
it.
you something right now in vibration through that water, okay?
Mhm.
Imagine me, okay? I'm there. I'm reflecting in the water through vibration to you. What am I doing? Mimic it with your hand.
I am. You were going like this first, and then when I touched the water, you went
Stop right there. What was the top thing I wrote there?
and salute.
Now, what do you think the word is?
Wave.
Service. Duty.
Ah,
But here's the thing: is I showed you a tangible thing. I showed you
right.
me saluting, which my arm comes from here and goes up to here.
Salute, shave, safe, serve. Wow, I get it. Well, because they make you shave in the army.
Salute, safe, military, shave. Now do you see the
Serve.
context of everything you said? Service, duty,
Yeah.
military. You shave, you're safe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would shave and safe be in the same thing? That's why I had to wrap my head around the fact that what the word to me, what a word means to
That's
me.
right.
Because that word to me would mean salute or a hand salute, with the word service that would mean like, okay, so got to be on point,
No.
gonna be safe because we're good and we're gonna shake. Yeah, wow,
Interesting.
yeah,
So see how so this is in the sense of remote viewing, is this is how information is translated, and this is an art form that we've lost. Now, if we had been ordained with this information at a very young age and trained on this
oh my god,
foundation of information,
nasty.
we would be so accurate because we'd be so in tune with the way the universe communicates. So basically what this is the communication language of the universe. It communicates in vibration, in context, in significance, in intent, in emotion. And what we have to do is we have to align ourselves away from the individuality of who we are and who we decide to be, and instead align towards the nature of language of communication of nature, of God.
I gotta tell you that pool, the pool, and like you guided you like being the monitor or whatever it was. Like when you guide me, like when you like said dip your pool, the pool of water, the body of water, crystal blue, and now feel the vibration. Like that helps personally for me. That helps me a lot because it kind of like keeps my brain from doing this, and it kind of,
Yep.
you know what I mean. That's huge. I think that's huge. Yeah, it was fun. It's
That's right.
crazy.
You'll see it multiple times, and you'll see yourself going back to that pool and get messages from people. I'm
Okay,
serious. You will.
I'm with it. No, it's cool.
And you'll even text them and be like, "Hey, dude, did you just send me a message?" And they're like,
That's what I was just
"Actually,
thinking.
yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah, like you'll get that. You'll get the serendipity that comes out of that, right?
Like you were just saying, like the kids should be, if the kids were taught, like, they would just be like, hey, where did I leave that?
Oh,
It's
there
in
it
your back
is.
pocket. Oh, okay, yeah, thanks. Like,
Yep.
damn, like, yeah, it was
But
crazy.
see, we
That was
need a
fun.
constructive medium
Right.
in order to work with, and that's one of the most important things is a constructive medium. Eventually, you find that once people become aligned towards the wavelength of each other, you no
Yeah.
longer need that constructive medium. The constructive medium basically becomes the mediator
Right.
between the vibrational signaling.
I understand. So it's like if psychokinesis and stuff, they say you don't need your hands to do it, but I think that if it's possible that you start doing it with your hands because you do everything with your hands. So it's a way of you kind of like connecting it and making it possible by putting your hands around it first and then taking them off slowly.
Right. Now that's an interesting point there. Is we can kind of transition to this. I know people got to go soon, but this is kind of a cool talk. Is telekinesis? Or we're just talking about telekinesis. Now let's talk about psychokinesis.
Is it the
Moving
same thing?
objects with the mind, or well, telepathy. Sorry,
Right. Okay, okay.
moving
Right.
objects with the mind. Now let's think about this. What we were just talking about is utilizing a constructive medium to connect the vibrational significance between the two minds, basically as a medium of propagation between us two to send that signal through. Okay.
The ether.
Now, what is telekinesis? How does an object move with
It's
just
part
the
of you.
mind.
Because it's a part of you, and you're a part of it.
How
You
does
don't. You
it?
don't.
How does an object move with just the mind? That'd be
You
cool
don't.
if it fucking fell down, but
Yo, right? I was just thinking the same shit. Like it went that way. That left. I do that with the side wheel online, and
yeah.
you know, yeah. But it's a much lighter object than that.
This is a heavy object, but the weight doesn't matter. So what we have to perceive here is that water, that constructive medium, is all around us and within us. We are simply an extension of that same
Water.
constructive medium. The water is just a symbol. The constructive medium is us and
Right.
everything around us, which means that this flashlight that's sitting in front of me is an extension of that same field that is connected with me,
Right.
right? There is no separation between me and that flashlight.
And you
Which,
don't tell it to move. It's kind of like having a phantom limb.
right. Well, not only that, it's intentional.
Collaborate with it.
The
Right.
flashlight has to want to move.
Right. You have to collaborate with it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Partnership with those atoms that are making up that flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
See, I've always wanted to do it through a camera. That's impressive. Because it shouldn't matter either, right? If I see the object, if it's there, I should be able to move it from wherever the fuck I am.
Right.
Because like it's on a camera just as close as it's right in front of me here. But I don't think I can knock that out.
Now,
I
I've
know I
never
can.
done anything like that before. I've made doors move, made doors swing in, rooms with no wind. But it's a mental process. It's a mental process of connecting with the flashlight, of understanding that there is a constructive medium between me and this flashlight.
This is what happened. And maybe you could shed some light on this. The way I figured out that might be a possibility is like I would notice that things shifted or moved after I had touched them like 10 seconds. So like for instance, I would leave like this on top of this for I don't know, but anything like that. And then I would walk away and then it would like fall.
Mm-hmm.
And then at first I thought it was nothing. Then I thought it was a poltergeist or a ghost knocking stuff over. But then I realized it's only stuff that I touch and not all the time. Stuff that I touch and then I leave it and then I go in shifts. Like if I'll throw something in the garbage, like for instance, that happens a lot because I throw a lot of stuff away.
Right.
And then I'll walk away and then you hear it like shift a little bit. So I was wondering like if that has anything to do with it. I'm not thinking about the object. I'm not doing anything. But then some stuff that falls has no business falling. Like your pineapple story. Like there's
Right.
no reason why that thing should have fallen off the table, but it did.
And so one of the things that I've seen magicians do, and this is the way they described it to me, not like fake magic magicians, not
Okay.
deception magic, but real
Okay.
magicians, is they imagine this portraying, playing out 1,000 times in their mind a second of their hand, their ethereal hand, just pushing that over, just pushing that over, just pushing that over, and their
Okay.
ethereal hand just pushing it with their finger, tipping it over, saying tip over, tip over, tip over, and they're pushing it 1,000 times with their ethereal hand, and eventually it tips over. And I've seen it
Okay,
done. I've
I'll try
definitely
it.
seen it done. But you're imagining this ethereal hand going bloop,
Mhm.
bloop, 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 bloop. And the great thing about your mind is you can imagine that 1,000,000 times in 1 second.
And then you just focus it. Yeah. They say I don't know why they say it's easier with lighter things like cards. If you fold a card and you stand it up,
That's belief.
it
Remember,
shouldn't matter.
Yoda said it doesn't matter. Now, here's the other part, is that energy flows where attention goes. Now, attention and intention are directly connected mechanisms. As in your inner tension is an emotional derivation and draw out of your outer attention. So therefore, I have to connect with this thing on 2 different levels. Attentionally, externally, where my focus derives directly to it, and intentionally, internally, where that imaginary hand, which is not imaginary, it's auric, and it's actually physical and real, is pushing it
That
over.
shit, if it falls over, I'm gonna poop my pants right now. What the fuck? I mean, that's it. We're bringing it. We're bringing
It's
it.
gonna fall over tonight at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna wake up and be like, oh, I did it.
Yes, I'm dreaming. Then you're gonna go to the water, dude. Did I knock it over with your hand in there?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sleeping, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I see it. I see how it's done. But you know what the factor is right now with me? And I'll tell you what this factor is with me. Belief. Seeing is believing.
I agree.
And so the fact that I haven't seen, you ever had an experience so like paranormal or psychedelic that after so long you doubt the belief that it happened because it doesn't happen
Yep.
all the time.
Yep. 100. All yeah. 100%.
That's the thing with this phenomenon right here is you need to be able to replicate it over and over and over.
And it does, and
over
it's
again.
even in the gateway process. It says psycho. There's a branch into psychokinesis, telekinesis, and it says even with them because they could. What they did was they tried to it was a magnet strength, or like to try to influence the strength of a magnet, and then they said it only works sometimes. Even like with the most talented of this, they said they can't do it on demand every time. And that to me was my biggest hindrance because I know for a fact that I've, like you said, the door swing. I know for a fact that I've done it once, like 100%. But I can't. Now I'm thinking like, did I really do it? Was it? There was no fucking wind. There was no wind. Like, yeah, but I don't know.
I don't know. I bet if I did this long enough, I could do it.
I'm sure you can. It's like, you ever see Mallrats
like,
with the guy?
No, I bet it's if you actually focus the hand, right? So my
That's
other
what I'm
hand's
saying.
here, and my elbow's off the table, right? My other hand's here. But if you focus the hand, I bet you could get it.
You should try a side wheel, man. It's crazy. Your background just flies. That's crazy because your hand. That's the other thing that happens to me when I try to do is my lights start flickering, but only like obviously not all of them, but just like one or two bulbs.
So
essentially they go out.
Another interesting perspective of this, and this is something I just thought about, is think about quantum probability. Right? So think about my hand being here. Think about all the quantum probabilities of my hand actually moving it and hitting it because I'm thinking of it. Eventually, that has to manifest as an actual probability in some reality.
And I think that happens. That's essentially why it happens eventually.
Where in one reality, I actually do it, but
you
in
align
this
yourself.
Reality, I don't. But the crossover actually happens in this reality.
So that flashlight's confused as hell right now. So should I be falling or not? Like,
I like that.
You pushed me over in that reality. What am I supposed to do here?
I like that. Yeah, I don't know. If it happened, it'd be cool, but I think that it's not plausible because, and this is also a factor, is that we have so much unbelief.
Right. Yeah, of course. That's why we can't do it. Like, that's why you have to be in a specific, like, zone.
Now, putting a crystal on top.
Watch the crystal fall off.
Well, I could blow it off. Nope, can't blow it.
I'm telling you, I do this with this. You saw the thing that I have, the contraption. I have the side wheel under the glass dome. I do the same thing. I don't touch the glass, and the shit moves. I'm telling you, it moves. It's not thermodynamics. I know what thermodynamics are. I know that there's wind and the light can move it because it's a really light object, but it's essentially a needle with a piece of foil on top, and it spins. I wish I could take you guys there right now. I don't want to take my computer off.
Yeah, I don't know. I bet it's possible, though.
It is possible,
so
100%.
If anybody out there can move that crystal on top, I'll give you $100.
I'll back that up.
It's gone.
Yeah, I was going to say, hey, easy. Imagine I'm the one that does it, and I'm like, I have to pay myself $100.
Well, nobody would know who did it. That's why I'll put that money up there.
Fair enough.
So once it falls, everybody's gonna be like, I did it.
Put it back now. put it back with your mind.
Well, that's what that's what I say to cloudbursters, right? Oh, I bursted the cloud. Go, good. Put it back together.
Put it back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why they said that it was the $1 million for the making the dice land on the right number. I'm like, I don't need your $1 million. If I can make a dice land on the right number, I'm good.
I already got $1 million. Yep.
Yeah, I go to Vegas to get $1 million in 13 minutes.
Oh man, I can see it. I'm gonna be here all night just staring at this crystal going, move.
Dude, the side wheel is crazy because like when the foil is like this, and you look at it, you almost see it like shift a little bit, and then I have to record it to then look at the video. Did it really move? Did it really not move? It moves sometimes, especially when you do a long recording and then you fast forward through the whole thing, so you see it like shift a little bit. You couldn't have seen that in real life, but like, what the fuck? Like, how did you do that? Yeah, interesting. I'll send you a picture of it. You can replicate it. It's pretty easy, but the whole thing is got to be covered. Like, make sure there's no air gets in it because I debunked myself 100 times before I actually tried to do it.
I'd like to do this in the sense is understand. Well, so one of the things that you have to do is you have to put that side wheel in a vacuum.
Yeah, true.
And the reason being is because the infrared radiation, the heat given off by your hand, can go through the glass and heat up the water molecules within the cup that's upside down of the air, which expands and contracts the air.
I get it.
Right? And so by doing this movement, expanding and contracting of the minute water particles inside the cup will cause flow. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
I know.
Right?
100% right. I know. I thought about that before.
But one thing is connecting with it.
That's why I always have it on my table.
Yeah, entangling yourself with whatever it might be. And get in a relationship with it. Saying, hey, look, I'm going to entangle myself with you here. I'm going to put myself with you here. My energy is connected with you here. Right? And then you look at it and you just say, now fall. Right? Now just fall. Just go. And you know what? This crystal's been beat up and it doesn't want to fall.
There's this thing I did with the side wheel, and I thought, like, if everything was tangible, if everything was alive, like a piece of foil was alive, that crystal's alive, the flashlight's alive, you're gone.
Can you
Bye.
see that? Oh, nobody can see that. That's actually pretty damn badass.
Is that a black light?
No, it's a laser.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
It's a high powerful laser.
That's the lightsaber laser. I know that one, the blue one. Like, were you like shining it? Oh, it's on top of the laser. Gotcha.
Yeah. And there's absolutely.
I heard if you sync to your crystals, they could emit a charge. They emit an electrical charge if they're sung
that thing
to.
Just got all cloudy after I did that. Holy shit! Wow.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is it gonna go back, or is that it?
Oh no, so if anybody out there knows what I'm talking about, this crystal just went I used to be able to see through this thing. Now it's all just cloud. After that, that's a lot of light. Sorry, buddy. You should have fallen when I asked you to.
Yeah. You get the chair. Oh man, that's cool.
It's pretty crazy. But I think that we do this every once in a while on this show. I think it's a pretty cool experiment is to do this and test it out. And I mean, there's certain things that we do that have no significance, and then there's other things that we do that have a lot of significance, right?
Yeah, discerning which is the game.
Interesting.
Cool.
All right. Well, hey guys, that's it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on Insomniac Hour. This was much fun. We'll see you tomorrow night with a topic yet to be known, but I guarantee it is something within the realm of the fringe and outside of the ordinary.
Totally.
Much love, respect, God bless, take care, and we'll see you on the flip side. Goodbye.
Good night.